can hear me. Good. I'll welcome and thank you. It's an honor. I just flew in from Tallinn. I'm gonna say some words about myself and then my understanding of how you think about the AI world at the moment, and then we'll mention what Pactum, my company, is doing. But most importantly, will discuss two ideas I am excited about or interested at the moment myself that might be useful for you as well. So I was born very close here in Tartu. I realized it recently that my very first programming was actually building a chess engine against what I played myself when I was in high school. It took some decades before I understood that actually I've been doing this AI stuff all my life and I haven't been doing anything else. I went to school in UK, in University of Manchester, studied mathematics, and then came back to University of Tartu doing PhD in computer science and in AI. Wrote a book about mathematics, but more importantly, I noticed a small paper by a tiny team in preprint, an academic paper that was building a software system that was able to learn to play arbitrary computer games in a superhuman level, meaning that it felt to me like general intelligence because games can be almost everything. And I decided to replicate this paper as an open source project. And we were doing it and we were succeeding. It took some time, half a year, 6 people. And then this small company who created this paper was acquired by Google for $500 million, and it was DeepMind, which became the most important AI company for more than a decade. And for a couple of days, I became the biggest expert of DeepMind in the world. And then everyone became experts, of course. And then that happened 15 years ago, which defined my career in AI. Building systems that are doing themselves something and thinking and interacting with you. I worked in different places. Then I went back to Tallinn and I worked in Starship Technologies, which is building self-driving delivery robots. I was the machine learning engineer, team lead of the robot perception and department lead of the brain of the robot, meaning that I was building the brain of the robot thinking and walking around on the sidewalks, seeing people, traffic lights and so on. And then 6 or 7 years ago, I founded Pactum, which is doing autonomous negotiations and autonomous procurement for large enterprises, which I will mention later in more detail. So this is about like doing and building and deploying these things that think themselves. This is the main topic, and I will share then 2 of the insights that I think are valuable for everyone at the moment. But first, like where is the world at, or how do you think about it? At the moment, we are thinking about it like this. This is an example in procurement, but you can think about it in other fields as well. That there are some phases of software evolution, let's say. That there is something very deep, usually started on the time of mainframes, like something very ancient, something very core to large enterprises, where most of the historical and important data is. Then there is a second layer of software, usually already when internet was invented. So the first layer was usually done before internet. And the second layer is these kind of proper startups where you can actually log in and do stuff. The third layer is the boom of the software as a service, thousands and thousands of potential softwares that users can use, that is made easy, that has like niche functionalities that have that are good in their task, and the same applies to many industries. And now we are in my opinion, in a in a fourth phase of evolution where we are not only making software, but we are making AI agents that it's not the person doing the job all the time behind the software, but it collaborates with you, it goes to do some tasks, it thinks it has authority to make decisions, to do extra things, and then it comes back to you. And like building virtual colleagues or something like this, like 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 robots working in your software, in your business. And of course, the interesting aspect is that, as you all have noticed, AI is getting better all the time. One of the best way how you measure this becoming better is by measuring how long tasks can you delegate to AI. Uh, um, if you're interested in AI, I recommend this meter.org. It is an excellent resource. In here, x-axis is time 2020 to 2026, and y-axis is what can the AI do that took humans some time. So about 6 years ago, before ChatGPT, uh, like the LLMs, the large language models, were able to do smart autocomplete or do some queries to the web or do some extremely simple things that humans can also do, measured in seconds or tens of seconds. And roughly a couple of years ago, they were able to actually look around on the web and find facts and information, doing tasks that take like 6 minutes, 10 minutes. And this is this particular example is in software programming, and like last November, November, December, something happened that they were able to start doing software programming actually like properly, like like you are communicating to your person, that you give a task to this person and they come back like next day and it is what you asked for. And this is where we are at the moment with programming. Roughly 5-hour, 10-hour tasks can be given to the machine and they come back to you with correct answer in this particular graph 50% of times. Similar thing applies to other areas, marketing, writing, designing, whatever are the tasks, making a strategy, answering the call or answering an email or whatever. And it is indeed the case that the revolution is just happening. At the moment in my company, we now went further than programmers. We deployed AI agents as co-workers for every employee of Pactum, meaning that they have Cloud Code, which is connected to Slack, Google Drive, to Jira, to Internet, to our data warehouse, to all the resources, all the meeting notes, all the customer meetings, and they can do tasks and give it to them. And this AI agent then goes and looks for the customer meeting notes, our aims, metrics, and then comes back with slides, with documents, with Slack posts, or whatever is needed. And people are, oh, there is some mess there. People are using it, like every Pactum employee at the moment has an AI agent that is doing some simple tasks to it. So that's what we are doing. So we are in our company trying to make agents for extremely large enterprises. So 6 years ago in Tallinn, this is me on the right playing a robot, because it's difficult to describe what is this agent doing, because it's like kind of doing stuff. It's not the software. It doesn't have a UI. So we were playing role-playing our software, what it is doing. The company was founded 7 years ago. On the second month, we met Walmart high-level executives in Viljandi, a town in Estonia, small town, and they flew in with their private jets, and they were interested in one company there who is producing locker boxes. But we were invited there to pitch our startup, and they instantly loved it. So chief merchandising officer was there, and we said that you have 500,000 suppliers, you need to deal with them, you need to answer to their requests of increasing prices, you need to choose new ones, you need to handle them, and you don't have time for it, and we can do it automatically for you. We will take 80% of the least important suppliers. you can deal with the 20% important ones. And because usually you don't deal with them anyway, we even don't have to be better than humans. We just need to do it. We need to answer the call. We need to do procurement for them in Walmart, and for Walmart's revenues 500 billion. So there is a lot of money going through that they need to buy stuff and sell in their stores. And he loved it. So Walmart became our first customer. We flew to Bentonville and we were building the product and hiring people. And now we are 6 years old. We 60 plus large global enterprise are using Pactum. It is indeed strange that there is some mess up here in the design. That we can say that we are leading AI platform for procurement for large enterprises. We have 160 people, and last summer we raised a Series C of $54 million, and they work, and the customers like it. So we are helping them to deploy virtual employees who are helping them to do their procurement department work. And the work is, I can give you like examples. Someone wants to buy something. You try to contact the supplier. The email doesn't work. You go to the internet, find a new email. Then you get the price. Then you see that price is too much. Then you need 2 more suppliers. You do internet search. Then you talk to these suppliers. Then you realize that actually you need these things that you are buying a week earlier than they provided. Then you contact them again. And then you update the information. You talk to the end thing. This type of job of procuring things, buying things for the large enterprises, this is what we are automating. Okay, that's it about me, the world, and Pactum. So 2 ideas I wanted to share. I'll just put the slide on. So there has been this trend that people are saying, especially in EU, that we should have explainable AI, that we should understand what the AI is thinking. There are even university courses on explainable AI. I think it's absolutely dead end and wrong way of thinking about it, and we should not be trying to do it. It doesn't make sense. Like we are not trying to like open the brain of a human and measure the neurons or whatever if a human is making a decision. It doesn't make sense because it is just these neurons that are doing some computation, and even if it makes, let's say, a mistake, and then if you, for example, ask, why did you make this mistake, then this description is anyway either a lie or misunderstanding of a situation, and it gets worse and worse over time, because at the moment they might create thousands of sub-agents to do things, and they collaborate and they do all these things, and then trying to understand or explain how this algorithm came up with this particular answer of choosing to contact this supplier or like taking this instead of this. It's not the best way how you deal with this problem. So what we are doing and promoting with our customers is that we should have good observability and guardrails. So every tool that you're giving to these agents, they get access to tools to do work like sending emails or using your software, that you will be able to check later easily what was happening. An easy way to think about it is that if an agent did a task, x-axis is time, and you have different systems, software system 1, person 2, supplier 1, and you see how it communicated to these different entities, what data did it change, and if you want, what data did it get from there. And you will get an observability of what is going on. And from there, you can then decide whether you like this behavior or not, and you can analyze it automatically later with LLMs, of course, and you can do guardrails also with LLMs that they will then give it to a person to check. So the more and more we are deploying them for our personal use, and for building software for other companies, the more important it becomes that we would understand what they are doing and that we would be able to block access to things that we don't think they shouldn't have. Not trying to explain why exactly did they make this decision. The second idea I wanted to share is that this deploying AI agents, it doesn't quite often feel like deploying software. It doesn't feel like buying software. With buying software, you do some user testing, and if people like it, then you measure their efficiency and so on. That seems to be like how we are buying software or rolling out software in the companies. But it seems that with these AI agents, we have more to learn from hiring people, onboarding people. Like, if you put them to work, like it is so similar. Like, we are asking, what are the job descriptions? Then we put the job descriptions there. Then what are the company policies? Okay, if policies change, they need to go there and read the new policies. And then there is like these weekly checks in the beginning, like is this virtual employee behaving like you expected it to behave? And then you have quarterly performance reviews, and then annual ones. And then if you don't like it, you can fire them, or change their job description, or put them into different place to work. And it seems that it feels that it's very different. And then if you fire them, then you do an exit interview. And this is what is happening. Like, you're trying to like understand like how to put them to work in a large enterprise. Maybe another analogy here would be that if you have a large company and you will like hire a couple of extremely smart people there and put them somewhere, like their effect to the company is extremely limited. If you put them to the wrong place, give them the wrong tasks, give them wrong data accesses, and don't kind of see that they can have an impact to this organization, especially if the organization is large with hundreds of thousands of people. So this matters how you put them into this perspective. And yeah, that were the two things. I think it is a radical new future. I think we will see it more and more everywhere. It started majorly happening only in November, December, when programmers started to actually give tasks away to these people, and now it is reaching to more and more places. And I am relatively confident that it will be a major revolution for humankind. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kristjan. Thank you so much, Kristjan.
Thank you.